If you take a look at the world rankings, you will find mainly Asian players inside the top 20 and only very few Europeans. In men's singles, 16 players are from Asia, or to be precise, 3 from India, 2 from Hong Kong, 2 from Indonesia, 2 from China, 2 from Japan, 2 from Chinese Taipei, 1 from Malaysia, 1 from Thailand and 1 from Singapore. If you combine the population of all these countries, you get to around 3.3 billion people. And now the remarkable thing, the other 4 players are all from Denmark, a country with a population just shy of 6 million people. Now the big question is, how can such a small nation compete with all the Asian powerhouses, where badminton is one of the top sports in the country? In the first part of my Denmark blog, I gave some insights on elite training at the Peter Gade Academy, and I think the focus on details, the clever training methods and also the high demands on quality that the former world #1 Peter Gade, but also many other Danish coaches has, is one of the keys to Denmark's success, but not the biggest one. I think what separates Denmark from other countries even more is the club culture and the club life. So I'm here with Anton Larsen now, another coach from the Peter Gade Academy, but he's also club coach here in Copenhagen. So Anton, let me know a little bit about the club of the KBK here, where you're also working.
Yeah, so KBK is a quite older club. It's from 1928, so it's really old and filled with different traditions. And KBK has been quite big and impactful club in the early years, and then we have some ups and downs like many clubs. And yeah, it's a huge club with many young members, many old players, and players on all levels.
You told me, I think, more than 400 kids you have only in your club.
Yeah.
I think around 800 members in total.
Yeah.
So that's quite impressive. I think another impressive thing is just the facilities you have. And it's a pure badminton club. Where something a bit more common here in Denmark. For us in Germany, for example, this is totally uncommon. And I'm looking forward that you show us a little bit around. We're already standing in the badminton hall, but there's way more things to see. And yeah, Anton told me that he can show us a few things.
For sure. So it's quite maybe a bit normal in Denmark that we have these low lights, and it's really good when we play badminton, because we will not get the lights in our eyes when we play. And throughout the hall we can also see in Denmark we have often some high music when we have the high intensity training, so we have big speakers during the hall, and then we also have some different things hanging around. We also have some gadgets for the kids. For the very small kids, we have figured out that we can put these into the walls, and then the kids can stand on the ground and hit it with rackets. Of course, I'm a bit tall, but the small kids, it's really good for them because it's difficult to do the feeding and all these things. So it's much easier when the shuttle is just hanging from the ceiling. Yeah. So we have different stuff in here. Mostly used is our big squat racks, where our players they practice and they train their legs to get strong before they play. And we have these all these different dumbbells, kettlebells, and just some space to do workouts. And many of, especially the older players who are getting better and in shape, use this room a lot to get strong and just to play better badminton. We have just a huge coaching team after many years. So many of the older players, they start to help the younger players as well. So we have tried to have at least 2 coaches at each practice. So in KBK, it's also important for us, the social life. It's really important. So we have different places where the kids and also the adults, they go hang out. We have outdoor spaces, but we also have this big room, which was partly funded by our young players, earning a lot of money to the club, go doing stuff for the parents, go collecting money, go doing all these different kinds of things to just earn some money. And then we were lucky enough to get some money from the state as well. So we have this big room where the new kids, they go and play, they go to learn to throw shuttles, catch shuttles. And the kids, they also enjoy a lot to, after practice, maybe they sit in the couches, they watch some TV. So we have our second social room upstairs, we have the cafe. And up here, it's mostly used for social stuff. So people, they stay after their practice, stay and eat or whatever they do. And the parents may be sitting down and looking at their kids do the training. And yeah, it will be used for all different stuff and arrangements as well. Sometimes when the players, they have played a big match down here, team match, maybe the players go up here and celebrate. So this is a room we are really happy about, and we have been putting a lot of effort and money into, so it's comfortable for the members to stay up here.
There were two things that really stuck out to me in the sessions where I was part of or the sessions I was watching of the club. Once again, there was always a high focus on quality for all the exercises they were doing. But besides that, there were also many social aspects during the training. So for example, there was an athletic training where I was also part of, and the program was specifically designed so that the players worked together at different stations. There were always 4 exercises and everybody had to try to push and support each other. It was a very hard and intense program, but it was also a great atmosphere and a lot of fun to work together with the others in your group. But the good club structure does not only develop top players, it also works vice versa. So the top players also help to develop really good clubs. There's already a long and successful tradition in badminton Denmark now, and almost any bigger club has some current or former world-class player that is also willing or even happy to give something back to the club that brought him up. So often these guys are at the club sessions, maybe as coaches or sometimes also as sparring partners, and they help to raise the level in the training with their skills and their expertise. So for example, at the training at the KBK, I also met a very well-known doubles player that is especially famous for his power smash, and I also had the pleasure to talk to him after our session. So I just finished the session here at the KBK with the senior players. Quite intense physical training, still out of breath, and there's also a really famous face in the group. I think the world record holder for the fastest smash. You still,
yeah.
I think in the Indian league.
Yeah.
How fast was it?
I think it's 4:26.
4:26. Okay.
I don't think it will last that long. I think.
Who do you see beating you in the future?
Either Victor or Lee Sijia.
Okay,
for sure.
So they already got close. You're still watching.
I think they will beat it soon if they haven't done it already.
Okay. Maybe you have some tips for maybe how to smash that hard, or maybe also how to play or be successful as a really tall player. You're almost higher than 2 meters.
Yeah, 205.
205.
Yeah. I still remember how to hit hard. I can't hit hard anymore. I think it's a combination of being flexible in your shoulder and also have the strength to hit it hard, but to combine all those things is really important. And then timing. Time is essential for a hard hitter.
Do you have anything specific to work on that timing?
Just go and hit those smashes. Hit them a lot. Every time.
Yeah. And in the beginning and at the end of the training, some specific flexibility things, or is it also just during your career something you always put a focus on?
Always focus on the shoulder. Like a lot of band exercises, not so much heavy lifting, but keep it flexible and keep it smooth, so you have the space in your shoulder to hit a lot of smashes. If you go around being too tight because you want big biceps, it's not gonna work.
Okay.
So you need to be flexible.
All right, great, thank you so much. And now what's coming up next for you?
I need to get back in shape, and then I will play here next season in the first division in Denmark, and then I will continue in Schondorf in the German Bundesliga. So hopefully see you next year.
Yeah, hopefully. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Culture eats strategy for breakfast is a famous quote by Peter Drucker, and I think the Danish system is a perfect example for what he means with that. I think most nations focus mainly on a specific strategy to develop top players in the training. But Denmark focuses on building a club culture where especially kids enjoy being around others that share their love for their sport. And because of that atmosphere, I think many kids also stick with the sport a lot longer, and many of them are also willing to give back when they get older. For example, most of the older players also support the coaches, or at a certain point become coaches themselves, or they also serve as a role model for the younger ones when they are in the training. I've been to Denmark now a couple of times, but I always love to go there, especially to see and feel that club culture. And I would also love to see more of that in other countries where badminton is not as popular as in Asia, because I think we need that kind of culture to grow the sport, to get more people fall in love with badminton, but also to give players the chance to actually become top class players in the long run if they decide to go for the elite way. I really hope you enjoyed this Denmark vlog, and if you want to get more insights on other countries, maybe I also get the chance to travel to Asia in the near future, then let me know in the comments what countries you are most interested in and maybe also want to see the differences compared to Europe or especially Denmark. It would also mean a lot if you leave a like, hit the subscribe button and also activate the notifications so you're not missing out on the upcoming videos. So much for this one and see you next time. Bye bye.